party going. Brandon E brings the heat. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. With epic thumbnails from the Vids. It's a must-see. Gonna bring you the best. Legends you remember from the ring and silver screen. We're over the top. Get ready for a good time.
Bow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad Arms, a.k.a. Chatty Bobby. All up,
Well, hello. My name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th. Excuse my raspy voice. I screamed like a little schoolgirl at the Newfound Glory concert the other night.
Wait a minute.
I live my best life.
Go ahead and finish the intro, then we're gonna come back to that.
We're going to come back to that. Okay, go ahead. To my left.
And I also sometimes scream like a little schoolgirl. I'm Hot Mike Chance.
Damn.
Pause.
Okay.
Pause. You got to come back to that one, too?
Yeah. So you went to the Newfound Glory concert. How was it?
It was pretty good. It was really cool. It was at Marathon Music. Have you ever been to Marathon Music Works?
We saw. Who did we see there? We saw Adam Devine's. Adam Devine stand up.
Really? I like that because it's super intimate. I mean, the last time I saw Newfound Glory, me and Ryan went out there. We saw them in 2001 at Starwood Amphitheater. Shout out Starwood.
R.I.P. Starwood.
The best place ever to go see a concert.
And they got rid of it because Nashville sucks.
And you know what it is now? It's just an open fucking field. They have not done anything with that place. But
Hey, Ascend is pretty close, though, but it doesn't have that same
It does
feel.
not have that Starwood feel. Shout out Nashville residents watching this, old school. Starwood was awesome. I went to an Ozfest out there, and it rained. And that hill back in the back, I mean, it was just insanity. Yep. I saw Hank Jr. out there.
Shout out, family tradition.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner multiple times out there.
Shout out to my dad.
I saw Kid Rock in 1999 there.
Yes.
With the girls in the cages, and that was great for a 13-year-old.
Oh, I imagine so. But, it was a small show at Marathon Music Works. Really cool. Chad, the guitarist for Newfound Glory, he got to play in the show. He's been battling some cancer here lately and everything, going through chemo, so he got to make the show for this one and everything and play because he's a Nashville resident and all. But it was fun. Yeah, I've lost my voice singing and all that kind of stuff. I'm a punk. That poppy punk early 2000s stuff. I'm a big fan of. Blink-182 is the ultimate.
You go Ryan?
Yeah, me and him.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, actually won
ticket.
Yeah, actually won tickets off an Instagram raffle. I never win shit like that,
That's
and
cool.
won free tickets for it.
Shout out to Newfound Glory. Shout out to Troubled Spirits. Shout out to Revolution One Media, and shout out to all the wrestlers. But we're actually going to do an episode that doesn't have to do with wrestling. I think we've done 11 wrestling ones in a row. So,
and shout out, football season is here.
Yep,
it is, dude. I can't wait. This is actually being premiering the night that the NFL season starts.
So we appreciate you tuning in.
Yes, thank y'all so much.
Actually, and you see this fucking hat, my favorite hat in my whole hat collection. Shout out to my boy Richie for getting it for me for my birthday last year. Titans, we're going to bounce back this year, guys. We had a great off season. We're going to make it happen.
They're going to be a problem this year.
We were undefeated in preseason, which is sometimes not a good thing when you're going defeated. But that we looked good in preseason. I'm excited to see what we do.
Calvin Ridley's going to have a great year this year. I'm calling it. As long as you don't bet on the games and make y'all lose like he did for the Falcons, but allegedly.
It's all legend.
Yeah, the college football. We had a great first weekend of college football. Y'all's Vandy's pulled off the Commodores
overtime win over Virginia Tech, man,
at home.
Yeah.
And
y'all won 113-6. I think.
Nico's legit, dude.
Yeah, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I've been playing. I got obviously.
I'm not even gonna attempt to say his last name.
No, I'm just Nico. I got a dynasty, of course, with Vanderbilt on college football 24 or 25, whatever year it is, 25. But I also have played a few games with Tennessee, and they are fun as fuck to play with. Pause on that.
Yeah, God, it's shout out BJ. His Seminoles are not doing. They're 0-2 to start.
They lost this weekend.
They lost to Boston College last night.
Yep.
Yeah.
BJ.
So,
I mean,
BJ,
he was talking a
we
lot
love you,
of
BJ.
stuff before the season started. But hey, you know what? I'm a Vandy fan, so this may be the only game we win all year. You know.
Hey, you started off the season hot.
We did.
But hey, we're not here to talk about football. We've talked about football movies before, but Have we talked about? We talked
Absolutely.
about. Yeah, we did a long time ago. My memory is shot. But here we're talking about TV show villains this week. And
we did the movie villains one, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This is going to be a little bit more difficult. Not difficult. It's not going to be as easy to do because TV shows are a little different.
Yeah.
When it comes to villains, I guess.
Well, when I said our favorite TV shows list, I have a very small list of TV shows that I've actually finished all the way through, and one show in particular has a lot of villains in it that I have on my list, so they'll cover up a little bit of it.
No, for sure, man. But this is episode 78. We appreciate everybody that's tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Also, Gray-Headed Goat Volume 2 available for pre-order. September 20th is when it drops.
Get it.
So y'all be sure to go. I'll throw the picture in here, but y'all be sure to go to iTunes or wherever you stream. I'll put the link in here. Yeah,
I'm ready for it.
I'm excited about it. So y'all just get it started, man. TV show villains.
My first ever TV show villain that I came across as a young child, a young whippersnapper, was from a cartoon, and it's from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Shredder. Shredder and Krang were the ultimate villains. Bebop, Rocksteady, all of them were the heels in my early adolescence.
Yep.
Right.
That's a big word right there. I'm proud of myself for that. But
they just had a whole faction, basically.
Yeah. It's the evil faction against my boys. But that's peanut butter crackers with my grandpa every day after school, watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and as a young child, not cursing them, but just wanting vengeful persecution on Shredder.
Okay, vengeful persecution. That's the name of the new album.
I'm just trying to think of big words. I'm trying to be fancy.
Dude. You're getting a little fancy over there.
The thesaurus is clicking up here.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, I'll go right off of that into another cartoon that had a lot of villains, Looney Tunes.
Oh, okay.
Yosemite Sam, Elmer Fudd, Sylvester.
Tom, who's the villain? Would Tom be a heel in that?
Yeah.
Or was it Jerry? Jerry was the mouse, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry was definitely the baby face.
Yeah, for sure.
Wile
Coyote chasing the Roadrunner around.
Dude, he got it so bad.
I actually felt bad for him, but
did you? Why?
Because man, he
always favored the heels. So.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk.
But
about
how many
that.
lives?
Was Tom and Jerry Looney Tunes?
No, they were their own. I think they might have been. Maybe they were Looney Tunes.
No. Was it there was Looney Tunes, and then there was a Hanna-Barbera stuff, and I think Tom and Jerry may have been on their own.
Yeah,
they may have been on their own thing.
They got a spinoff.
Yeah, you got one?
Yeah, for cartoons, I'm not really a big fan of the show, but I know he's one of the biggest villains in TV show history, Mr. Burns.
Oh, of course,
Yeah. Really fun. Him and Smithers both, but. I've only watched probably 20 episodes of The Simpsons. I've seen clips of it, obviously, but I just never really clinged on to Simpsons like I did Family Guy or South Park. And I haven't watched Family Guy in years. I watched the first 8 seasons religiously. And then after that, when they started doing all the musical numbers, it kind of got monotonous. And I kind of tuned out of it. But South Park, I've constantly, watched it. But Mr. Burns definitely...
He was a real jerk, but he paid Homer very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Mr. Burns had that money, dude.
Yep.
Dude, I had my college baseball coach looked just like Mr. Burns to a T. And then one day, shout out to Ryan again, me and him are sitting in the locker room one day. It was just me and him in there. And all of a sudden, the coach comes walking out of the shower, nothing with just a towel on and his little tighty whities.
God, pause.
Yeah, dude, it was so bad. I was scarred. I immediately had to go to a class.
But
it looked like just like Mr. Burns come walking out of there with his little toed sandals, some tighty whities, and just a towel around his neck. Scarred me for life. It was, but yeah,
bad stuff.
It was
right
bad
there.
stuff. It scarred me for life. But I'll throw one more cartoon one out there, and it's just because of my daughter watching so much SpongeBob growing up, and Plankton was the ultimate heel too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, he was always trying to go against the Krusty Krab, or against SpongeBob, even Squidward. I'll throw Squidward in there too. He's a villain.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you have to watch much SpongeBob?
Not too much. I mean, I watched some, but not.
Okay,
not
you didn't. Dude, that voice. Yep. I mean, they made a lot of money off that run, but man, that voice is just killer. But yeah, I had to throw him off in there.
How about Angelica from Rugrats?
Yeah, she was
a heel
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
She's always picking on poor Tommy and Chucky.
Yep.
Dobley. She's picking old Dobley.
Yeah, that's another cartoon one. But yeah, she always reminded me like my older cousins.
Oh, did she pick on all y'all?
Yeah, I had a couple of older cousins that they were just like Angelica. Shout out to them though.
See, lucky for me, I was the oldest on both sides of my family, so I got to do the picking on and everything. But
so you were the Angelica.
You pretty much, yeah. I was a heel.
Right.
But I only have, like on my mom's side, I only have like two cousins on that side, and then there's my brother, and they didn't have any siblings. And then on my dad's side, I have 3 cousins, so small family.
A lot of people to pick on.
Yeah, not many though.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go real deal here. We'll go off. I just finished the prequel to Breaking Bad with Better Call Saul. I'll say right now, Breaking Bad is one of the greatest shows ever put out there. We put that on
I
there.
agree.
Have you watched all of Better Call Saul?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'll try not to spoil any of it for you because it is absolutely fantastic. It wraps up everything perfectly. Mm-hmm. You get a good send out on everything. That whole Arizona little Breaking Bad world, I wish they would come out with more of it because I want to be engulfed in it because it's so great. But Gus Fring is the ultimate TV show villain in every way possible.
100%.
Just his action, how he leaves the double life with Los Pollos chicken, and then he's the ultimate meth dealer going around. But just how he's so meticulous and precise about everything he does. Mm-hmm. Everything has a reason behind everything that he does. From his little buddy that he cuts his throat right there in the meth lab and everything, right in front of Walt and Jesse. And even more so, I think you get how Gus has his evil ways in Better Call Saul. You get a little bit more of that.
Yeah. I don't know when I'm going to find the time to watch it.
Yeah.
I want to watch it. I really do.
The first season of Better Call Saul is a little rough, but it's setting up all the characters for leading on. But, man, once you get back into the Breaking Bad little parts of it, it just sucks you in. Because Mike, I mean, as much as you're a fan of Mike in Breaking Bad, he's a total bad guy. Yeah. I mean, he's some of the worst. He does some of the worst of the worst and everything, but you're a fan of him. Yeah. And you see how he becomes engulfed with Gus and everything in Better Call Saul. Yeah. How he gets entangled with that.
I mean, you can even say, Walter turns into a villain.
Oh yeah, he's the ultimate villain in the show.
He has a heel turn like midway through the fucking show. And you're like, God dang, I kind of hate him.
Oh yeah, you go from cheering him on. He's trying to set up his family with his cancer and everything, and then by the end of the show, you're like, you get what you deserve, dude.
It was would you compare it kind of? I know, Chance, that this is a good thing, but would you compare it to like the way that Tony Montana is in that movie?
Yeah, I think that. I mean, it's a similar arc that they have,
because the power and the money makes him turn to where like he's.
But I had 2 villains from that show next to Gus also. Okay. But it was DEA agent Hank and Walter White's wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I see Walter White as the good guy in that, because of that.
Yeah, Tony Montana. That's what I was saying.
Okay, as that percent, Hank.
The same deal there. Like, I think that Hank is kind of in the way of him doing what he needs to do, and then his wife she's terrible. She's not a very supportive person.
But how could you see him as a good guy around, like, once you see, like, towards the middle end of the show?
I think the lead off to me is that I fall out of favor with Walter is when Jesse's girlfriend is over. And
how do you explain that, Chance?
I mean, he's just doing what he's got to do to survive.
He's just going to stand on that.
And the way he just treats Jesse as pretty much as his toy
Yeah, he fought. I mean,
I'm so with how El Camino ended. It's such a happy thing to see how Jesse ends up on the show, where Jesse just hopefully goes off and finds his own life.
But
and
Jesse
everything.
was a terrible person too.
Oh yeah, everybody on that show is pretty much a terrible.
So it's like whenever you're in that world,
there's no
just-
heroes
yeah.
in that Breaking
it's
Bad
just
world.
what it is. But
Because you got all the Salamanca family. You got Hector, the wheelchair guy with the bell. He in Better Call Saul. You get him before the wheelchair and everything. And
like, just imagine what they could have been if Skylar was on board. Like they
Oh,
could have been a
yeah.
power couple.
I mean, she almost did that at that one point when he took her to the warehouse, and but she also said, "When is enough enough?"
Yeah.
I mean, and it does. When is enough enough for it? And it was never enough.
Yep.
And it came to his demise. But the two Salamanca twins
Mm-hmm.
that never talk, that wear the fancy boots, and that whole when they almost take out Hank,
Mm-hmm.
and they almost take out Walter, and it wasn't for Gus saving him. But you also get more of them and their backstory in Better Call Saul.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ultimate Salamanca is Lalo. Lalo is one of my favorite characters, and he's a total bad guy. He's one of the worst of the worst. And just the guy that plays that character is amazing, but just everything about Lalo is...
Which one is he?
He was in Better Call Saul.
Oh, American Saul. Okay.
Yeah, he's mentioned
Wasn't Tuco.
in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Tuco's another Salamanca. That whole
Yeah.
Salamanca family is fucking nuts.
Tuco's crazy, bro.
But Lalo is kind of like the quiet crazy, but he has like a awesome personality about him. But he's a terrible person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had Tuco on there, and then what was Danny Trejo's character that I forget what he was. He didn't last too long in the show though. He was the one that had his head on the turtle and everything. But yeah, that whole Breaking Bad is, I cannot recommend those shows enough. Go from Better Call Saul into Breaking Bad, then watch El Camino. It's just perfection all the way. TV show.
Tortunga.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Breaking Bad is such an easy watch too, because it's what five seasons,
I think 6.
6 seasons,
Yeah.
and it's short. I mean, maybe 10 episodes at the max, right there in the middle of it. But yeah, that whole little Breaking Bad world is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about it. I recommend y'all need to watch Better Call Saul.
Yep.
Yeah.
I watched the first season, but I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Yeah,
and
like I said,
watch
the first
rest of them.
season it's rough and everything because you're setting up Jimmy McGill, which is Saul Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
You're just setting up everything and all that, and Chuck, that's another one. Chuck McGill. Fuck you, Chuck. You got everything you deserved in that show. Fuck Chuck. That was my motto during the whole.
Fuck Chuck, dude.
Yeah.
Put that
Fuck
on
'em.
a shirt.
Put that on a shirt.
Fuck
Chuck.
Exactly.
Who's got one now?
I can bounce off of that. That's a show that's similar. Have y'all watched Power?
I've heard of it, never watched it.
Yeah, good show. It's similar. The main character is a drug dealer, and they make it like you want to root for him, but similar. He turns and starts doing some bad stuff. They call him Ghost. But 50 Cent, his character Kanan in there, he's a really bad dude. He well, I'm not gonna spoil anything for y'all, but yeah, he does a lot of bad stuff toward Ghost, and also there's another guy named Milan that's in there, and similar. He's like just a terrible person doing all kind of crazy stuff to Ghost, making it to where Ghost can't run his empire the way that he wants to, and then. I'm not gonna say this other person just because, but if you've seen it, you know who.
It's a surprise one.
Yeah.
Now was
I'm
that
not gonna ruin it for you,
Showtime on that?
HBO.
HBO. Okay,
Yep.
I got Max. I'll put that on the watch list. I've always seen that on there, but never watched it. It's what 4 or 5 seasons of it?
Yep, and then they got all these spin-offs too. They got different spin-offs. I haven't watched any of those.
Now, what about your show coming back to Netflix?
Heels.
Heels.
They're gonna put two. They're gonna put 2 of them on there. The 2
The
seasons
first 2
they've done,
seasons?
and then if it does well, I think they're gonna do a third,
Okay, I was wondering
which
because
they need to.
You've been promoting that show big time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that coming on Netflix to watch that one.
Yep.
You got one?
Yeah, it's nothing close to those kind of shows, but Newman from Seinfeld is definitely one of the biggest heels
Jordan would
villains
like
of all time. Yeah, he's just a thorn in the side of Jerry, and I mean, he's just an annoying tag along shit stir. And I mean, him and Kramer are friends, but him and Jerry despise each other. So he's like in the comedy sitcom world, I think he's up there with the top TV show villains for sure.
Interesting. Now that's Costanza?
No, Newman. No, Newman.
Oh,
Wayne
okay.
Knight's character.
See, that's how you and Jordan have tried to get me to watch. And
Yeah, I
it's just
gave
failed.
up. You just don't want to do it, dude.
At least I have Chance in my corner on this one.
Chance hasn't tried either though. So y'all are just saying y'all don't want. You watched like the first 3 episodes of season 1, which doesn't count. But it's all good though.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just like Better Call Saul down on that one.
I do know
Yeah.
about the dingo though. Know
Yeah,
about
the
that.
dingo ate your baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll throw off another one off of here. One of my favorite TV shows ever in The Sopranos. Have you? I think you've watched it once or
Yeah.
twice.
Yep. It's been a long time. I watched it when it was airing.
Oh, really?
Or like right after.
Okay, yeah, it's like I'll go through and watch episodes here and there and everything, but it's one of my favorite shows ever made. I've watched it all the way through twice. But Livia Soprano, you got to throw her as an ultimate villain trying to take out her own son. The same with Junior. But I think the ultimate bad guy of the whole show was Phil Leotardo. Once he took over once he started the whole New York, New Jersey war and everything,
Yep.
that's when shit started really, really hitting the fan. But Livia was just, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine having a mother that freaking crazy. And
Yeah, it was bad.
and Junior was pretty bad too. Junior always had it out for Tony, and especially when he had the dementia. He shot Tony again when he had the dementia and all that stuff. But the Sopranos is just another one of those. It's just classic, and I have a soft spot for it with the whole mob ties. Because
Yep.
anything mafia, I'm glued to. And then I think David Chase has a new documentary coming out on Max about the Sopranos. So hopefully we'll get a little more meaning behind the ending of that damn show.
Oh yeah.
What's y'all's opinion? What do you think?
I wish they would do more episodes for sure. I mean, I want to know.
I kind of like the way they ended it. Like you just didn't know what
Yeah.
you didn't know if if he got killed or if you didn't know what happened.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that you're with Gandolfini gone now and everything.
Yeah, you can't really do it.
Did you watch Many Saints of Newark?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty good. The casting, they did the best part of the movie is the casting on it and everything. Getting Gandolfini's son to play Tony, young Tony, and all that. But it's all right. It wasn't like El Camino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, love it. And then I'll throw one from Walking Dead. From the short time that I watched The Walking Dead, the governor, he was a piece of shit of a person.
Oh yeah.
For everything that he did. Because I think after that in I guess Negan too.
No,
Yep.
Negan 100%.
Yeah.
He's way worse than the
Man.
governor was.
That episode, whenever he makes his appearances,
Yeah,
That's when I stopped watching Walking Dead. Whenever
yeah.
they did that to Glenn, that was
yeah,
that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to watch in a TV show or movie.
Yeah.
Because Glenn was like the favorite character.
Yeah, and then
He was everybody's favorite character, and not only
and the Abe dude too. Everybody liked the Abe dude, the big redhead dude.
yeah. But like the way they did Glenn was so
Oh, yeah.
brutal and so sad.
and it was a long cliffhanger too.
Yeah,
that
it
you
was
had to
ending
wait
the
through
season.
the
You
through
wait
the whole
to
season.
that next season for it, and it's just and then the first 10 minutes you're just like,
And then like 11 seasons later, I guess Negan was not a bad guy anymore or something. But I stopped watching it. It got so far removed. My parents watched it to the end. Now they watch all the spinoffs, and I'm like, how are y'all still tapped in with this?
and see, AMC had it going on early in that Walking Dead. You had that, and you had Breaking Bad going on at that time, and then Sons of Anarchy was on AMC as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You had all three of those shows going, and now all that's left is just Walking Dead spinoffs
Yeah.
from AMC.
Sons of Anarchy is one of the greatest shows ever too.
I mean, I got Clay Marrow as one of the biggest villains on that show.
Yeah, for sure. And he's a terrifying person to look at in real life.
Yeah,
Just
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman is very. He almost doesn't look like a human being
No.
in the face.
No, he's like
but-
Lurch looking.
Yeah, like Lurch, like animalistic looking.
I got another one from that show too. Agent June Stahl
Yep.
from that show.
Yep.
Dude,
June was a bitch.
she it's just how she was trying to twist the whole club on Jax and all that stuff. But Opie got his payback on her.
Opie's scene.
Dude, that's one of the
That's a
toughest
hard
scenes.
one,
It's
too.
not as
So-
tough as Glenn, but Opie getting written off. That was almost as hard to watch. That show was a panic attack for 7 seasons.
Yeah, yes, yeah, I agree. Great-
Especially this whole season where Jax and they were in Ireland and his kid was kidnapped.
Yes.
It was a panic attack for an entire 7 seasons, man.
Bobby was a tough one to take too when he got taken out. But yeah,
I had Gemma on there too.
yeah,
as a
Gemma,
heel.
yeah, she's a heel too.
Yep.
I mean, that's another one of those shows. It's everybody's pretty much a bad guy on that show. There's no really good guy.
people.
I mean, they're doing the worst of the worst, and you're cheering them on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's another great show. I haven't watched the Mayans.
I haven't watched any of the spinoffs.
Yeah, but oh man, I was late to. I watched Sons of Anarchy after it ended, and so I could just power through it all at one time. And I was watching 3 to 4 episodes at a time. Watching
Oh,
that
me
one.
too. Yeah.
It's so good. Game of Thrones. Are y'all Game of Thrones? Have y'all watched Game of
I'm
Thrones?
not.
I haven't watched.
I watched I watched it all the way through. I've got a list of Joffrey, the little.
He's the little guy.
He's a little guy that got killed by poison. He was a fucking piece of shit the whole time he was on the screen.
Yep.
His mom, Cersei Lannister, messing around with her freaking brother and all that jazz. The little incest shit. She got what she deserved. But the worst of the worst.
She must have been from Alabama.
Yeah, the worst of them was Ramsey Bolton out on that show, dude. He was the old piece of shit of a human being. It's if you've seen the show, you know everything he's done. It's pretty graphic. The things he put people through.
Yeah.
Littlefinger is a piece of shit on that show. Tyrion Lannister. That's another show of just a lot of bad people. But yeah, I haven't watched any of the House of Dragon. I've only watched Game of Thrones at one time. I guess you could throw the Night King in there too, even though you only got glimpses of him here and there. And then that last season is when all payback, and then a little stab to the gut takes him out. That's all it does. But
Hell yeah.
you gotta know
How about the old school Batman?
the Joker.
Yep. Joker, Catwoman,
The Adam
Penguin.
West back days.
Yep.
Adam West days.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched it with the pow, bang, boom. Watched that so much. Yeah, that's a good call on that one.
Yep.
Hell
I
yeah.
love those.
And then I got one that's kind of just a weird one. The aggro crag from Guts. I remember that thing. Man.
Taking out everybody. I wanted to, dude. What about the lucky guy that gets to be on top of that thing throwing
Yeah.
bricks at kids? It's like,
Yeah, dude.
oh, you think you're getting up here? Not today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal. That's a good call.
At the end of the episode, you were just like, man, there ain't no way these kids are making it up.
I always wanted to be on that show so bad. It was like American Gladiators for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do you follow the aggro crack?
I-
I don't think you follow it.
Yeah, that's a great ending note on that one right there.
Yeah, dude. This is one we've been wanting to do. We probably could have lumped it in with movie villains,
Yeah.
but we still was able to make an entire episode out of it. So y'all be sure to comment. Let us know what TV villains y'all liked or disliked, I guess would be the right thing to say. Let us know what you think of the ones we talked about. And again, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. We appreciate everybody's support, the subscribing, the shares, comments.
Yep.
The
It's much
likes.
appreciated. We keep inching along there. We're almost right there. We're knocking on 850's door, almost to 900, and then next step is 1,000. So share us around. Keep commenting, liking, all that good stuff. We appreciate it big time.
Hopefully, I think November 1st is when we started this channel, when we moved everything over. It'd be dope if by November 1st we could have 1,000
that'd be-
subscribers. That'd be cool.
And we got spooky season coming up.
Spooky season's coming up, dude, for sure.
Ooh. It's good times. Bring back some horror movie talk.
No, for sure, dude. We got to get Big Willis on here.
Yes.
I talked to him. We got to get the Viz back over here.
Yep.
Of course, BJ and Brandon will be on here as well. But y'all be sure to subscribe, man. Be sure to, hit us up and let us know what you think of these villains and these episodes.
Yeah, because we can always come back to this kind of stuff, too, with more stuff we watch and everything. But we appreciate y'all like always. You got anything?
Nope.
We out this motherfucker.